You don't care what people think, right? Then why does one opinion have the power to change your entire mood, replaying in your head like it's trying to prove something about you? Be honest, this isn't rare. You post something simple, nothing serious, and suddenly you're checking it again and again, measuring your worth through numbers you claim don't matter. At school, you adjust how you speak depending on who's around. With friends, you laugh a little louder than you feel. In relationships, you overanalyze messages like they're puzzles that could break everything. With money, sometimes you don't buy what you actually want. You buy what looks right to others. And here's the uncomfortable part. You say you don't care, but your behavior is constantly asking for approval. This isn't weakness, it's design. Your brain wasn't built for confidence, it was built for survival. Thousands of years ago, rejection didn't just hurt your feelings, it removed you from the tribe. And that meant danger, isolation, death. So your brain adapted, creating a system that pushes you to stay accepted at all costs. That's why rejection doesn't just feel emotional, it feels physical. Your brain processes social pain in a similar way to physical pain. Now layer modern life on top of that, likes, views, comments. Each one delivers small hits of dopamine, quietly training you to repeat whatever gets approval. You think you're expressing yourself, but over time you start optimizing yourself, adjusting your behavior, your opinions, even your personality to fit what works. Take a real scenario. A teenager starts posting online, just being authentic, random, real. Then one post blows up. Suddenly they notice what people like, what gets attention, what gets rewarded, and without realizing it, they begin to shift. Their content becomes safer, their personality more filtered, their opinions less risky. Months later, they're more successful than ever, but something feels off, because they're no longer fully themselves. They've adapted to approval. And this doesn't just stay online, it spreads into real life. You stop choosing what you like and start choosing what will be liked. You stop saying what you think and start saying what sounds safe. Your decisions become filtered, your personality becomes edited. Slowly, your life turns into a performance. The dangerous part is how subtle it is. You can look confident on the outside while being completely controlled on the inside. Hesitating before speaking, adjusting depending on who's watching, trading authenticity for acceptance without even noticing. Over time, you lose clarity. Eventually, you don't even know what you truly think without considering how it will be received. So let's shift the perspective. You're not actually afraid of people's opinions. You're afraid of what those opinions say about you, because you've tied your identity to external validation. When someone disagrees, it doesn't feel like a simple difference in perspective. It feels like a threat to who you are. But here's the reality people don't tell you. Most people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think. They're too busy worrying about themselves, running the same loop in their own heads. It's not a spotlight focused on you. It's a room full of mirrors, everyone looking at themselves. So the solution isn't pretending you don't care. That's fake, and your brain won't buy it. You have to train it. You start by catching the moment you hesitate and asking yourself, is this actually me or just the audience in my head? Then you take small, controlled risks. You say the honest thing. You post without checking immediately. You disagree without over-explaining. Not to rebel, but to recalibrate. You break the dopamine loop by delaying validation instead of chasing it. And you build a new standard by replacing the question, do they like it, with, did I respect myself doing it? Because real confidence isn't loud or performative. It's quiet, internal, and stable. And here's the truth most people avoid. You will always care what people think. That never fully disappears. But the real question is, which people are you choosing to listen to? The crowd that reacts for a moment and forgets you exist, or the version of yourself you're becoming, the one watching every decision you make and keeping score in a way no one else can? Choose the crowd, and you spend your life performing, constantly adjusting, never fully owning who you are. But choose your future self, and you start building something real, something stable, something that doesn't collapse the moment approval disappears. So next time you say you don't care what people think, ask yourself honestly, then why are you still asking for their permission?